And we are live. Let's do this. I know it's early in the day. A lot of you probably may be at work, maybe at home, maybe you're working a night shift, maybe you got a few minutes, maybe it's lunchtime. But let's do it. Let's talk about. I'm going to open up the show for people to come in and voice their opinion briefly about Jay-Z. Let me get to what happened yesterday in case you missed our live stream last night. So yesterday, a long running fraternity suit that was filed against Jay-Z. When I mean long running, I mean about 10 years. Rymir Satterthwaite has been trying to get Jay-Z to take a fraternity test. Well, a California judge just ruled yesterday that the case should be dismissed with prejudice, meaning that the case can never be reopened. This is a federal court ruling that was stricken down yesterday. Now, there's been a couple other developments in the case that I'll get to a little bit later, but Wanda, who was Rymir's mother, who passed away back in 2018 or 2019, she claimed that Jay-Z could possibly be the father. Rymir's been running with this pretty much his whole life. Now, a lot of people don't know, maybe you do know, that earlier on there was another man that was involved in a situation that was, you know, at the time believed to be Rymir's father, that actually was paying child support and taking care of Rymir. But eventually they took a test and he was excluded. So it left Jay-Z. It left Jay-Z on the table. And Jay-Z has been trying to avoid this. Now, another twist to this whole particular saga is that we done an interview with Rymir and Dr. Coley on two different occasions, and they are pretty much insinuating that the mother may have been under the age of 18 when she allegedly had intercourse with Jay-Z. There hasn't been anybody else to really corroborate the story except his mother, and Rymir has been running with this, trying to get Jay-Z to take a fraternity test because he just wants to know who his father is. Now, there's been a lot of pictures, as when I put up on the screen here, where you seen the two, where you seen him posing as Jay-Z. And some people may say he looks like Jay-Z. Some people say he don't. That's up for debate at the end of the day. Robert, let me put this bigger right here. My bad. Robert Graves is who signed the birth certificate and paid child support to 17. Thank you. Thank you. That is accurate information that Funshine84 just put. But I'm guessing that at a point in time, he was, doing his thing, acting like he was the father. And they said they apparently took the test and he was not the father. So that left Jay-Z. There was never a mention of any other men. Allegedly, the mother only slept with two men at the time. One was Robert Graves. The other was Jay-Z. So Robert Graves is not the father. So I guess they're saying that Jay-Z is the father, which could be an honest mistake. It could be an honest mistake. I'm gonna put the I'm gonna post the link. Anybody want to come talk about it real quick? If anyone was coming to the stream and talk about it, I just posted the link inside the chat. If you want to come talk, give your opinion on it. If not, I will not be here long. I already spoke my piece on the situation. I'll wait and I'll talk a few minutes if somebody was coming to speak about it. I was with Rymir, and I'm still with Rymir, but I was with Rymir until I seen that this turned into a request for money. Once it turned into a request for money, I was kind of taken aback to say, yeah, I understand it. You're trying to sue him for pain and suffering. You're trying to allege that he had somebody shoot at you. Again, if that was the case, you should have went to the police. The pain and suffering thing is debatable. That hasn't even been, I don't think, even, entertained by the judge at all at this point in time. You're 30 years old. Now, the unfortunate part is we asked, how come they didn't come sooner? Because they thought somebody else was the father. The mother thought that Robert Graves was the father, so they didn't come forth sooner. So it just happened that when he was of age, he started coming after Jay-Z. And at that point, according to the law, it's too late. But Rymir pushed on. He said, man, I don't give a damn. I want to know. I want to find out. Courts kept striking it down. Courts kept saying, don't do it. Courts kept saying no. Courts kept saying, no, we can't do it. Courts kept saying, don't do it. He kept going. They kept pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope. Why? One is because he wants to find out whether that's his father or not. Two is because it's Jay-Z, in my opinion. Now, the second one is just my personal opinion. Of course, you would want a multi-billionaire to be your father. Of course. Of course. Right? I would like to see a picture of not Robert Graves, but obviously he's been excluded. But I just don't know. I would like to see a picture of Robert Graves still, but I look at it like this, right? I feel like Rymir deserves to know who his father is. Dang, I can't even stop without Rymir deserves to know who his father is. Oh, I'm missing. My bad. I'm missing these. Thank you. Why was I not giving him the alerts? Rymir and Lillie have been running with this story so long, they don't even know what they're suing for anymore. They say it's so much bigger than Paternity now. It's far away from the original intent. Yeah, I agree with you, Funshine. I agree with you. It flipped from Paternity, then it flipped to not defamation, but pain and suffering. Then it flipped to a criminal. He's putting people after you. Now it's just going all over the place. I thought it was just about learning who the father was, but then you wanted money from the man. I don't know. Now, Jay-Z reached out to him at a particular point, but according to her, my man Doug, peace. According to the article, they were irate and didn't want to speak to Jay-Z. Also, Wanda's affidavit said Jay was a strong candidate as the father. Doesn't sound too sure to me. It could be the mailman for all we know. And that's what I was saying. And people say, "Oh, you disrespecting the mother?" No, I'm not disrespecting the mother. The mother was obviously sleeping around with multiple men, and that's her prerogative. People do what they do as adults. But a strong candidate, like you said, like they're saying, this is all information that's true. I'm glad you're bringing it to my recollection because it's been years, right? Who else did you sleep with? How are we supposed to take your word for it? Of course, conveniently, yes. Conveniently, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, especially to a deceased person. That's not my intent. But I do have to ask the tough questions and put the tough questions on the record that people are not going to want to ask. You're not going to want to ask those questions. Appreciate that, Doug. Who's the father? Who did she sleep with besides this man? Who? But we will never know. And unfortunately, Rymir, his mom passed away. He's running with this narrative, right? And again, if you want to come speak on it, I should have did this last night. There was a lot more people in the building, but I know people at work and stuff right now. But if you want to speak on it, once again, I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody wants to come in and give their thoughts, I appreciate Funshine84 for dropping this information. I'm gonna read this one as well. Some people comment without actually reading the documents, but when you actually read the document, it ain't adding up. Money grab. And that's what I said. People attack me for that. I'm used to getting attacked. It's no big deal. Me and Sandman, we was with Rymir. We brought Rymir on the show. We had him on. Me and Sandman didn't even talk, but we sat down and we don't talk about. We bring up the topics in real time. Like I'll bring it up in real time to him. It's not like we talking through this shit before. I'll say, so what do you think about so and so? Bro, I think it's a money grab. And I was like, man, me too. Why are you asking for money? For what? That's like me taking some guy, right? All right, somebody came in. I'm gonna get you in a second. That's like somebody, right? Coming in. I'm going after a man. I'm going after, let's say, Diddy, saying he's my dad. I don't know if he's my dad, but then I'm asking him for money. Let me bring you in. I can't even pronounce your name. But sorry about that. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Let me bring you in here correctly. Sorry about that. How you doing? How
It's
you
okay.
doing? Can you please
I'm
okay,
fine, Professor Haya. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can you pronounce your name for the audience,
Uh,
please? Please, sorry.
uh, it, it's Aqua Kana. My name is Kana.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
How are
What's
you?
your thoughts? What's
I
your
just
thoughts?
wanted to, I just think that he was able to buy this decision. I'm not quite clear if you said that the paternity came out that it wasn't Jay Z. Is that what you are you saying?
No, they never got to the fraternity test. The Jay-Z, the original guy that was paying child support, Robert Graves, for 17 years. Supposedly they took the test and
Mm-hmm.
excluded him as the father. And the mother said that Jay-Z was a potential strong candidate, but Jay-Z never took the test.
Oh,
You
I
get what I'm
see.
saying?
Oh, but
Right.
then, okay. So there was another man who came out positive for as the father.
No, it was another man who came out not being a father, but he paid child support for 17
Oh,
years. Right.
oh, I see.
Right.
Yeah, because I think that he was JC is the father, and I think that he was able to manipulate the system, and he just finally was able to pull it off. He's been trying, and he was able to do it. That's what I believe because
Let me
it's a corrupt system,
Mhm.
and sorry, and if
No,
he
go
can
ahead.
get away with that, I'm sure.
I'm gonna
What's your
ask you.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, my thoughts. I want to ask you, why do you think he was able to manipulate the system, and why would he want to take the fraternity test? In your opinion, like, what proof do you have that
Okay.
or you just feel that? Please.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of, strong beliefs. So, and I would like to go there, but first, let me just keep it basic, because this is the situation that we're living in America. It's so
Mhm.
wicked. It's so corrupt. He doesn't want to, because of the allegations and that people are trying to take him down. Of course, he could never admit to Rymir being his son because it would open up a bigger can of worms for him. So he definitely could not own up to being the father of Rymir because the mother was underage. So I mean, he's not a stupid guy. He's playing for keeps in this situation. So he knew that he had to get around with it. It was just a matter of time. He needed to find this opening that he received, and he got it. So now he shut it down. But this whole time he's been playing chess, not checkers, and he had to buy time.
All right. Do you feel that maybe the mother could be lying and maybe she slept with a multiple of different men and maybe she really doesn't know who the father is? Is that a possibility in your opinion?
I mean, it's it can always be possible, but just the reaction to Jay Z, the fact that if he felt that he wasn't the father, then he would have taken the paternity test, and it would have been over a long time ago. The fact of it's the point is that the reason why he wouldn't, and this thing had to drag out the way it did, it shows that there was some, sketchy, etchy, things that was going on with him, with this woman, and then didn't the best friend. Um, what's his name with the
The
D?
Haven?
Yeah, DeHaven. Didn't DeHaven? He knew of the baby mother. He knew. He also believed that Ramir was his son, from what some of the information that he came out with. Is that not true?
I never heard him say that. We did interview DeHaven. I don't know if we asked him that. Honestly, it's been a while. It's been like 4 years. But I don't remember him really wanting to touch on the topic like that. So I can't confirm that right now. I apologize.
Yeah, because I think there was a picture with DeHaven and the child and Jay Z. From what I remember, I believe there's a picture where when they were young, Jay Z had a baby. What? There's a picture, but I'm not sure, so I can't really say. But
Right.
that's what I believe. That's what I thought I've seen this picture floating around the internet with DeHaven and Jay Z, and it was known that Jay Z had a child.
Right. All right. I want to read this comment and get your opinion. Stephanie White. Excuse me. If I know I didn't sleep with anyone, I'm not taking a DNA test. If I arrive to because it opens unnecessary floodgates. What do you think about that? And I agree with that. If I know I didn't deal with nobody, I don't care what you say. I'm not taking the test. Even to exclude my name. You're gonna have to make, and the court's gonna have to make me do it because I'm Jay-Z. It's not like I'm just me or you or we're regular people. And Jay-Z's a person too, but he's on a higher status as far as business,
Hmm.
money, wealth, and everything. So do you agree with that as well from Jay-Z's point of view? Like he's saying, I never touched this woman. How
Well,
you feel
I
about
just
that?
think that yeah, I wouldn't have handled it that way. If I felt that I was into something, I would prove it. I wouldn't just be like, no, I'm not doing it because I didn't do it. I would like, look, and I would just cut it off at the knees. That's what I would do. But maybe people are just different, and that's just a stance that he's taking. But I would say if you're innocent, prove it. Why
Well,
not?
that's like if somebody like if the burden's on a person, the burden's not on the burden will be on the person, the accuser, just like in court. I ain't got to do nothing. You accusing me of this, I'm just going to sit back and defend myself when it's time to defend myself. I don't have to actively do anything to prove my innocence when you're the one bringing the allegation. You
Hmm.
feel what I'm saying? So, but that's what
Yeah.
Jay-Z did. He sat back and he used his defenses, obviously strategically, and now he got out of it. The case has been dismissed. But I mean, I understand we all going to have different opinions, and I definitely respect your opinion as well. You know,
Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked in his favor at this point, but it's been years of spending a whole lot of money in court, going through this process. I mean, but he has the money, but I'm just saying, you know, I don't know. I just wouldn't have taken this long route if I was innocent. I would have been, settled this and just went moved on. But it made him look more guilty holding on and not proving his innocence when he had this situation, especially when the other lady came out. They were really trying to push Jay-Z up against the wall. Now, I'm saying that they are scratching and digging to take him down, and just like with Diddy, I don't agree with the whole American society. I just think it's wickedness, and this is, one of the things I wanted to talk about. On the whole, I'm a musician as well. I've been in the music industry. I got out because of all the wickedness, but I don't
okay.
understand why our people are upholding this system because I'm no longer in America. I've been out of America for some years now. I don't understand why our people are upholding this system when it's clearly, I could see maybe in the '60s or whatever, before our time where people was, hoping and scratching. But right now, this thing is going down. I don't understand why people are sitting around there waiting for this ship to sink. And I've heard people say, "Well, I ain't going nowhere." But brothers and sisters, what do y'all need to see? How much wickedness do you have to endure before you decide to make a decision? That's my question. Can I put that
No,
out there?
yeah, I get it. Are you a Hebrew Israelite?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I could tell by the name. Okay, much
Come
respect.
on, you got
Yeah, and the name too. I
yeah,
could tell by the name.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
had a lot
I
of.
want to know.
Yeah, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
don't
Sorry.
understand it. As far as our brothers, and you're a strong black young man. You understand that y'all out here doing your thing, and I get that. But at what point are you brothers are gonna start coming with a plan to get up out of America because it's definitely sinking? like a ship. And sisters are really, I see a lot of things going on with the men against the women and the women against the men. But at what point is our focus going to shift? And now brothers going to start coming and thinking of a plan to um, get out of America. I have to say for the record,
Mm.
biblically, Jordan is a safe place. That our brothers, there is a safe place, but so many of our people got away away from the Bible. They won't even read it and go into it, you know. But I want to know this for the men because I watch a lot of YouTube. I stay abreast to the things in the music industry. I'm looking at all these things, and I want to know what's going on with the men.
Well, I think it's first and foremost, speaking for myself, this is kind of our home. And we feel like when we see the wickedness, we see the empire is proverbially falling. We definitely see that. But I think there's a comfortability level here. And we trying to get out. People are trying to come here for a reason. And I think that we continuously try to make it work in America. Like we trying to, gain our power here. Maybe it can't happen. Maybe we need to go somewhere else. You might be right. And try to establish ourselves. I hear people saying, go to Ghana or go this place or this place and this place. But the last time I checked, it's a system of global white supremacy everywhere you go. So if I go to Israel, I go to Jordan, I go to, I still got to deal with white supremacy anywhere that I go. I still got it because when you go to Africa, there's still oppression going over there. It might be a lot of black people, but who's really pulling the strings over there? Whether it be Britain, France, or America, they run all these countries. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like we can go anywhere, but we still got to establish ourselves, in my opinion. So I think we feel like let's just do it here. Let's just fight this beast here rather than fight this beast over there, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I understand that perspective. So, and I don't want to, say anything and, to offend anyone. But this
No,
is
go ahead.
something
Say
that
what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say. We good.
yeah,
Uncensored. Yeah.
because of, listen, when it comes to, they had done so much to us as a people there. They have even tricked us out of getting out of our book, which is the Bible. The Bible is the only book that's going to give you the answers of where you're supposed to be, why you need to leave, why you're there, how you got there. It's the only book, and they have tricked us out of the book. So a lot of our people don't want to read, even look at the Bible, let alone you can't say nothing about it. But it's the only book that gives you the answers. And this is what I'm just talking about today. I want to address it. That in the Bible it tells you that Jordan, we're going to come back to the land that our forefathers were in. And Jordan is on the outskirts
Sorry.
of Israel. We can't, we
Okay.
can't go in right now because of what's going on, but we can be on the outskirts. And that's as part of our promise to Jordan to be on the outskirts and prepare. Africa is not it. We're not going to be protected there. We will be protected in Jordan, and our people must come out because it's going to get worse than you can ever imagine. And, you know, without saying too much, I just need to, get your attention and really get your brothers to pay attention. They got you out of your own book. It was with a lot of witchcraft, a lot of sorcery, psychology, whatever they needed to do. But they got y'all out of that book. So now the only way you can make it really if you come back and get in that book. And there's a lot going on, like infiltration. They got brothers there who are infiltrated, so it's
Right.
hard to pick and choose what's right and wrong, but y'all gotta figure it out. That's what it's called, Jacob's trouble. Jacob is our people in Babylon. Y'all gotta figure this out. So I'm just here to just give you a clue. Jordan is the place. Get out, y'all, before this thing
Yeah.
goes down. Because
I
even
definitely.
Jude, listen, let me just say quickly, Jamaica is Benjamin. They're the 12 tribes too. Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti, all of they're attacking all our people. Wherever we are throughout the four corners of the earth, they're attacking us. And you putting it on the news, just Haiti or Venezuela, it don't mean nothing to nobody because you don't know the Bible. But once you know that Bible and you know the 12 tribes that we're scattered, they hitting all, and America is going to be hit with that great earthquake that is spoken in Revelation. So please, brothers, pay attention to what's going on. This thing is serious. You know, I
Appreciate.
appreciate you giving me this opportunity because it wasn't
I,
about the whole JD. But I know enough about it to speak on it. But I'm glad to be able to just come on and give you this little bit. Please, brothers, get
Absolutely.
out.
I really appreciate you, and definitely gonna take all the words you said,
Okay.
to heart. Appreciate you, sister. All right.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Have a good one.
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. Yes. Sir. Yeah. So anybody else want to come in real quick and give your thoughts real quick? I dropped the link in the description. If somebody want to come on here and speak. Look, I respect everybody's belief systems and all that, and I have my reservations, but I'm not going to shoot nobody's religion down. The Bible. I got my own beliefs and thoughts and whatnot. But I'm never, if somebody believes, I say hold fast to. I'm not gonna take that. I know people that's Muslims, Christians, atheists, all that. If that's what you believe and you get by with it, more power to you. More power to you, man. I'm looking at y'all comments, y'all crazy. I can't post that comment, man. But yeah, back to the Jay-Z situation. Like my man was saying, let me go back to that comment real quick. The mother F this up. Let me put it big on my screen. You cannot have two men paying support for the same child. You got one paying support, but trying to put another before removing. Yeah. That's what it keeps taking me back to, man. The mom, like, she got my man's head going crazy, bro. She got my man's head going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? She got my man like, but then I think a lot of it is motivated by this is Jay-Z. And then I don't care what nobody says, bro. That notoriety, that fame, that being on talk shows, that being talked about on blogs, everybody wanting to call you for an interview, everybody wanting to, do this, and now people gonna pay you, and that blows people's heads up. People cannot deal with that shit. People cannot deal with the little bit of fame and notoriety and attention that they get. And they start going fucking crazy once they get it. I don't even like it. I'm just give me the money. I don't like when people recognize me. I mean, I'm a nice person, so I'm like, ain't you the guy from there? No, yeah, I love you. Well, cool. But I'd rather just go about my day and nobody say shit. And my finances be good. Rather than to have the attention. I'm not an attention whore. And I think the attention got to my man. Matter of fact, I know the attention got to Rymir, yo. The attention got to him. One more time, I'm gonna post the link. If not, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna get you up out of here. Let me give a quick announcement real quick. If you want to advertise with us, I said this in the beginning. You can email me. Come on. OGOD@hiphopun.com. I gotta go to style. OGOD@hiphopun.com. You see it right there on the screen. I just made it large for you. Email me right now. Email me so we can get working. We can work together. I have people in here that's been advertising for 13 months straight, 4 months straight, 5 months straight. The ticket plug. My man Fur GPT with his apps. Let's work. Not really, it's Jordan. Somebody actually in here from Jordan. Wow. I mean, that whole thing about moving, like, I get it, man, or whatever the case may be, but we busy trying to move and people are busy trying to move here. But respect to the sister, man, for having the courage to come on here and actually speak her mind. For sure, for shizzle. But yeah, email me right now. We can work. We could definitely get some work in. OGOD@hiphopun.com. With that being said, going on 30 minutes, nobody's gonna come on to speak. Check in with us tomorrow. Check in with us tomorrow on the Black Ball Sports podcast. Matter of fact, let me get the link for you guys real quick. Ooh. So you guys can actually follow if you wish. Give me 1 second here. I got to grab the link. We're building up. So we're doing the sports. We're doing the sports joint. Your channel. Give me a second. Sorry for the dead air. Dang, I'm forgetting how to get a link for my own channel. That a bummer. Let me go back. But it's the Blackball Sports Podcast. You can check us out. Let me go to. Let me just do it from. Let me take a video and do it, bro. My bad. We growing over there. It's starting to grow a little bit, man. I'm gonna drop the link to one of the videos. You can find the channel and follow us real quick. Here it is. I read Dr. York's books. I don't know him. I look at him. Oh boy, Dr. York. Oh boy. But look in the comments. You can follow our channel right there. Bring it on. I'm in Bushwood. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Doug, the sister that came on, everybody in the building. Again, if you want to advertise on this channel, it's OGOD. Right there, you see it. Do OGOD at hiphopun.com. Email me right now. Let's get working today. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.